Good evening. I'm back here at TV's cabin tonight. I finished up my machete today. I thought I would let y'all have a look at that. This is the machete I made today. I've been working on for quite a while. Got the handguard welded on. Got me a set of oak handles that I split out of some oak wood that was hard out of a knot. So this was some rough looking wood when I started, and I have literally whittled and filed and rasped this down to where it is, and I put it on here with the steel rivets. I could not get gold rivets, so I had to put it on with steel rivets. See, what you do is you drill your hole through the metal where you want it and through your wood, and then you take a big hammer and supposed to have a anvil, but I used my sledgehammer to lay it on right here on the wide head side, and then you just take and beat those brads down with a big hammer until they're flattened inside the wood. Now I've been rasping this down and got to sand it down a little more, but it's not too bad. A little oak handle and machete that I built. I'll be making these. If anybody wants a machete, I can make this kind. You know, and I think I put a price on it up there, but I forgot what I priced it at, but what it was going to cost to make them. But I try to keep it as cheap as I can, but yet I've got to make enough to cover cost and time, of more or less materials anyway. And but I think it's $119 for one of these, or two of them for $150, I believe. That way you get them even cheaper when you buy two. I believe that's what I had priced up there. Let me take a look. I've got my price list right here. I think so. We'll see. But that's shipping and everything. If I can, well, see which one. Is that it? Yeah, portable blacksmithing. Here we are. Blah, blah, blah. See where my yeah, I charge $10 flat rate shipping on each knife ordered. That's why it comes up a little bit. Let's see. Price of my knives are $60 each, but with the shipping charge and handling, cost taxes is $70, and if you want your name or anything put on it, it's $5 more, $75. That's for the biggest knife. For my 20th century survival knife is $60, like this one. Of course, it will have a much nicer handle on it than what I put on this one, and I'd polish their knife out. Made one for Tim, my cousin, here just a week or so back, and this thing is razor sharp, folks. It's carbon steel, full quarter-inch steel, 6-inch blade, 10 1/4 overall, I believe, is the full length of it. Near as I can remember it was with the handle. But it fits your hand good. I even built a tip there so it don't slip out. You see that little notch I put on the end of mine? Some of them I do, some of them I don't. It depends on what the customer would want. But these knives here, like I say, with a name put on it, or for a gift, these make great gifts. They'd be $75 shipped altogether, and that's with your name put on it. They will have the date they were made off the forge, the number of knife it was made, and it's made off the forge, and it will probably have USA put on it, made in America, because it is made in American-made knives. And it's made by TB's Forging Company. That's me. TB's Portable Blacksmithing and Welding. That's what I call my company. For is this part. Now I do have an ebook on another website, but we won't get into the ebook right now. It's about survival and home and on the homestead and in the backwoods. I have a whole lot of stuff on that subject on another blog of mine. But right now I'm looking at, it's 10 1/2 inch overall for this 20th century survival knife. Now, let's see. Of course, your handle will be a lot, if the customer orders one, will be a lot nicer than this one. This one I picked up out of the river bottom and made it out of the wood that was down there. And this one's got a crack in it right there, so I'm going to have to change this handle out and put a new handle on it before long. And I'll probably go ahead and finish buffing this one all out real nice too, like I did my cousin Tim's. His is identical to this one. He got the first, I gave him the first one I made off the forge, and then I took this one and made this one for myself. Now, let's see. Then I make other size knives too while we're on talking about forging. I won't only be making knives. I'll make tools, you know, from tin snips to pliers and things like that. Though I've never done it yet. It's not priced yet because I got to get the materials and make a few and see how they work out before I'll put them up for sale. When I get it perfected, yep, then it'll be up here right with the knives. But for right now, what I've got here, let's see, on the, let me get in here, see where I left off, yeah. Get back here, 10-inch knife, see, 75, and let's see. Okay, and then I got a customer can pick up their knife for $60 if they come by my homestead at 610 Hamilton Street and pick it up in person. If they live that close or want to drive over here and be passing through here, save the shipping part. Now, if they want their name put on it, it'd be $65. $5 for the names to be put on. Okay, let's see, to make good gifts Christmas time or any time. I've got, let's see, here customers, if you buy two of them, you get it for $120 I've got here. Let's see, customer purchases two of them are $60 20th Century Survival knives for a total of $120. I will stamp a name on them both, shipping included, if you buy two of them, because I can afford to ship then. Smaller knives, I have a smaller knife that is a 9-inch from a handle to tip of blade with a 4-inch handle and a 5-inch blade for $63. And then an 8 inches from handle to tip, 3.5 and 3.5 cutting blade for $56. And so on. It depends on what it basically rounds up to is about $7 an inch for steel. That's what I have to charge. I'll have to, and if it's new steel, it'll be more than that. But being I'm using used steel, recycled steel, carbon steel like this, I can afford to do it a little cheaper because the steel don't cost me as much for this. Old lawnmower blades and files and stuff to make knives out of. Rather than going down and buying old one steel. If it's requested, I'll do it. I'll buy new steel if you want new steel. Saying you wanted a machete or a knife, either one, you didn't want holes in the steel and you wanted a solid metal, then I'd have to go buy new steel. Of course, that's going to cost a little more, and then I'd have to go see what the steel cost and give you a price. You know, then in that case. But this is on carbon steel, used steel. That I'm using. It'll polish up like new steel. It'll work just fine anyway. Now my knives are not going to be buffed out real pretty, you know, like some professional knife makers might do. But they will be quality and they will have a lifetime warranty on it, on the knives. What my warranty covers is lifetime on handles, lifetime on the tip. If you break it, I'll sharpen it. If you break the knife, I'll send you a new one out one time. Free of charge. But I don't think you're going to break something like this. You'd really have to be prying or really ripping on something like that. That right there is about 1/8 of an inch steel. And this one here is 1/4 of an inch tang. You might break the handles. That's possible to break a handle. Say you're patoning, you accidentally hit the handle. You could break the handle if you ain't careful when you're cutting wood. But I recommend don't do what I do. Don't never use a hammer. Use a wooden mallet or a wooden piece of wood to be doing your patoning with. That way you won't bend up the back of your knife or warp it out of shape. So then what you have to do when that happens, I just have to take a file and grind that steel off or a grinder to polish that back off whenever